Hello everyone and welcome to the 2025 US Doubles taking place just before the major Silver Creek Park in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And our group includes Ella Hansen and Raven Klein, Paige Pierce and Missy Gannon, and Shelby Cowen and Cadence Burge. So best shot doubles action, 18 holes. We've got it all for you in this one video, ready to bring it to you. They're playing the Super Silver layout, and as we said, best shot doubles. Both players get to throw. They choose which lie they like better, and from there, they throw their next shots. So let's take a look. Hole 1, 576 feet. This is a par 4, OB way off to the left and to the right, and you're pushing all the way down this fairway to ultimately go downhill, and you've got OB on this relatively new green.
We ready? We good? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we're ready. We're good, Ella. So much strategy can come into play when playing best shot doubles.
Oh my God, dude, you almost hit it.
Way off to the right side. I like the kind of options that gives you over there.
Said just get to the opening. Oh wait, let's take the tunnel. Keep. Where the heck?
You don't want to be over to the left side. There's OB way off to the left, and it just ultimately takes you out of position either way.
Stand up.
Paige is not flipping up enough.
All right, back door.
And Missy headed in that, okay, same general direction, but that's going to be a much better shot. Anything either wide right, like where we see Ella, or going over this tee pad, this short tee pad, is ideal. And okay, well, Cadence knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't think you can throw a better drive. I think that gives you the best look possible. And I just met Shelby Cowen here this morning in doing this filming. 16-year-old, sponsored by MVP. Yeah, okay. You want to get over the ledge, but not push all the way to the OB.
Good height. So nice. Be so nice.
Oh, that's a favorable kick.
Real good.
Yeah, you'll take that.
C1? Edge of C1?
Yeah, talking about edge of C1, it might be a little short on the left side. Missy's going to hang it out wider and short, high right side. I guess you could argue that the spot where Raven and Ella were pretty good as well. I mean, it gave them the wide open look. This is a little bit closer, but this is just routine as a righty backhand thrower. And trying to do exactly that. I believe that's going to nestle up right next to the pin. Awkward stance for Pierce.
Come on, miss. Didn't want to make you get in here.
Yeah, she's talking about now her partner Missy will have to get in there.
Share the love. Oh God. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, just kind of got to split the difference there.
Kick it out. Fine, you know.
Solid opening putt for Raven
I just wanted to contribute on hole 1.
after the drive and approach by Ella. And that's where Cadence had landed.
Okay, sweet.
So what a birdie by Cadence and Shelby. And Missy and Paige will be left out for the pars. Hole number 2, very, very difficult birdie to get. You're trying to move up this fairway, very low ceiling. As you see here, you want to hit right about here on the wood chips, but miss that root and then possibly have it skip up. It's difficult to get all the way in there. I think backhand is the only practical way to get up there.
Throw in the air.
And neither of those are in good position.
Six.
Miss it. Miss that tree.
Oh, I hate this hole so much. Oh my god.
Honestly, if you do that two
I
more
hate
times.
Cadence says she hates it. If that was 6 inches lower, she would have one of the few park jobs that could ever be found on this hole. That was so close to being right on line. That had the correct height, but not the right angle, but gets a good kick right into the fairway. This is taking place on Tuesday, 2 days before the major kicks off. Well, certainly a good practice round to get in. The major consists of 2 courses, Roland Ridge for the first 2 days, and then this course for the second 2 days, or the final 2 days. Green light for Cadence. I like the aggression. No reason not to run at that.
I like that line though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to maneuver around to show you the basket and the possible line. There's really not a good clean line to get there. And so just really a putting approach coming out of Ella will get them up there with a par look. Looking for the first birdie of the day. Missy trying to square things up with the other 2 groups. Good aggressive bid, but not enough. Unfortunately, this hole would not get birdied during the doubles by any of the 10 teams, but that's a great par save there for Raven.
Easy par. Yeah.
Singles or doubles, I feel like this is a bonus get. And both Shelby and Pierce are in. We head to hole 3, 346 feet. OB on the left side, you see the string, and then ultimately there's the same creek. This somewhat goes the same direction we were just playing. Well, it's the same creek that actually comes into play on 1, but it's going off at a slightly different angle. Hill on the right side. Just really trying to throw it straight. I'd like to thank the Disc Golf Network / Disc Golf Pro Tour as they provided the drone previews for us. They were running them for the event, and it made more sense than me going out and capturing them yet again, especially when there's so many other drone operators that are 100 times better than I am at it. So very much thank them and shout them out for the assist there. Cadence will be left side and appears to be safe. We'll see if she has a look.
Oh, yeah.
What power. Options, possibly? It looks to be about pin high. And you love the line by Paige, but she could use a little more height parking the short pin. I think that's going to put her around circle's edge or maybe just deep of it. And Missy not quite with the line. And that may have saved her from going out of bounds or finding the water. Oh, looking for, would they say a little cheeky bid here? Would that be the phrasing that could be used? Green light for Raven. All right, so exactly at circle's edge. 36, 34, 35 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood. Ah.
It's all good.
Got to rely on our partner. Oh, that's brutal. It was low, but...
both together, we're definitely in that.
Oh, brutal. So they remain birdie free. Count it. Solid putt by Shelby. I'm now second guessing myself if she said she was 16 or 17. I know one of the two, obviously a young up and coming superstar though, as we've seen some really good form in the first couple of holes. We head uphill, it's 411, easily plays 5, maybe even 5 1/4 in terms of overall needed power. Certainly a par 4. This is not one you're really ever thinking about getting into driving, being able to drive it to the pin.
It's okay. You're going to be in the short.
And I like that. Perfectly fine. The only mistake you cannot make is to be left or right. And I know that sounds obvious with the fairway, but you just need to be in the short grass to give yourself a chance to pitch up there easily. If you can get all the way up to right where the shade comes in, somehow you get there and then maybe push a little left. Sure. Yeah, okay. Just about perfect.
I'm so proud of you. Oh, literally.
No, literally, Mom.
Literally Raven's mom.
Raven's mom out here hanging out for the weekend. I love it. There was just one card that birdied the previous hole, and you guys saw it here. Perfect. Okay, we're getting picky. 10, 15 feet left of that would be great, but you would take that drive all day long. And as you can see, when you're off on this right side, it forces you to put a little angle on the turnover to bring it into the basket or throw a forehand up there. They both hit the same tree. And still going with a run-up. What a perfect shot. Raven looking to birdie this on her own. But still using a run-up. That tells you just how much is left on this actual throw.
Yeah.
And how much of an incline there is. And that'll be inconsequential. Paige with more distance allows just for a patent pending, but not the right angle release. I love this stance more by Paige. I think you get a little more control when throwing up this hill. Shelby have another long putt. Middle is circle 2.
I tried.
Not a bad bid. And more importantly, she stays right there. Green light for Cadence. Yes. What a putt. 45 feet uphill. Carries right into the chains. And they're on the board. Little star frame action. Nice work as we head to hole 4. This is a difficult get. You got to be to the right of that Mando sign. You're trying to come down this lane. If you go the inside route, you're coming down here. Go right or left of this last tree, and then you come to the basket that's at the down slope with a little bit of road directly behind it. I'm going to go to the swing. And not too bad. That's still going to be a difficult approach from there, though. Much better. Bailing out anywhere left, so to speak, where she's looking from the tee. Anything to the right of where I am right now is just going to give you more options. Whereas if you come inside to the right like Ella just did, that means you're going to be forced to go down a tunnel and have a lot more trees to deal with. And this is low again out of Raven. Low out of Pierce. That's not good. I like this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say perfect, but I mean, that's an 8.5 out of 10. You'll take that drive because that gives you the options to approach where we see what Raven has to work with. Throwing blind downhill off to the right with road behind. Not much skip on the grass, so you really need to get it all the way there, but then have it check up right away. Forehand's definitely the play.
I stand by what I said. You used all the airspace. Hey, you can be mad if you want, but that was still good out of the hand, you know? I support her decision.
It was a great shot. Hit a late tree, but did look very good. Okay, workable. Does she get a skip? Yeah. She gets a little one, but then it just hits a tree. You want to get inside that tree. That tree's around the circle, 35-ish. So you want to be beating that final tree.
Oh my God, drop it!
Oh.
Oh my God, Missy, what a freaking shot. That was lit.
And pushes toward the OB, but checks up safe. So they'll be putting away from the out of bounds. And from here, Shelby nice and close. I want a green light. This should be full send by Cadence if she can get a good clean release. Your partner's under the basket. It's best shot doubles. The only mistake you can make here is to come up short. And she doesn't. I love the bid.
Bit short.
All right, we see the flags, little whiskers. Yeah, this is about 38 feet or so. Raven for birdie. Count it. Is that the circle? Is that the 8? I don't know what celebration that is. Like, because they're like weaving in and out, creating a pattern of an. I don't know what they're doing, but I love it.
Missy, you want a solo birdie?
Pierce's putter has not helped them out yet.
I just thought you might want to do it yourself.
She's had a few opportunities. We're going to lean on big money Missy. And you can count it.
Is that what it is? You don't want to walk into my ear?
I consider this a pretty good birdie, like all day long. Best shot, doubles, singles, doesn't matter. I think that's a solid birdie as we head to hole number 6, 326 feet. You could play up the middle here depending on the wind. The common play is out and around. Basically throw out over to the road on the right-hand side and just not throw it deep because as you can see, the road comes in directly behind. That's inside the circle where that road starts coming into play already. I like the line. Does it have the right power?
Oh, is that? Yeah. I thought you said that's not far enough.
Looks pretty good. Raven is going to go up the gut.
Oh my God. That's it. That's so good, Raven.
That's like right on distance.
That's so Raven, I think is what I would say, rather than that's so good Raven, but I guess that one's probably been said at least once.
Oh.
Or a million other times. Pierce puts it up. I worry about the power, as in too much.
I have no idea.
I think that's going to be deep. Not enough turn for Shelby.
Provisional in case we are inbounds. We have to declare now. Oh, we don't have to declare now? Okay. One day. Good practice. Yeah.
Missy getting ahead of herself, thinking about 2026 possible rules.
Throw it in.
Calling for the throw-in. Green light.
Yeah.
She wasn't short.
It was the height we needed.
That's the key.
Ella, that's your sidearm? Sweet.
I like the angle over here. She's short of the road, as you can see, though. Somewhere around almost 70 feet.
It was like a headwind yesterday.
And gives that a good bid. Oh, is Ella calling for it? She's dancing. Oh. Clearly not the birdie dance. She's got the moves like Ella. She's got the move. Sorry. You can't be dancing and then not make the putt, does she?
Yeah, you did.
Solo birdie doing the work on her own. And you just saw the only birdie out of the 10 teams was by that team. Big thanks to our friends over at Zuka who support lots of FPO and just overall women's coverage that I do. And I want to get a shout out in there for them. Thank you so much as we head hole number 7, par 4. A really big drive can get you on the dance floor for maybe a throw in. But you got to avoid the right side OB. And that's not the right angle to avoid it.
Nope.
The line is just inside the road, so you do need to make sure you have a little space off of that.
Yeah.
Little pressure.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Hits the gap. They're not playing to the shorter red basket that you see. Will be used for some other divisions throughout the weekend.
Dang, girl. Maybe.
Flex on 'em.
I don't know. I don't know if it's
Missy will be inbounds. Just a matter of what will the look be like. Paige. Oh, just hung up. Oh, so much power. I would have loved to see that one finish, but gets caught up. Cadence.
Keep off the road.
Doesn't even need it.
That was so
Looks like it gets stopped immediately. This was a Tuesday morning, as I mentioned earlier. About a 10 a.m. start, so it's probably pushing 10:45, 11 o'clock right now. A little bit warm. Not too much wind to speak of. It's always great. You can gauge it by how much Cadence's hair is blowing, or possibly those planters in the background.
Yeah.
Might be a tad short, but still a look. Not a lot of options here for Paige.
Oh. I thought if I spun it enough, it would just get through.
Aim a little more like brighter than you think. I think the wind's gonna like Push you a little left.
Okay.
That's not the confidence you're looking for.
Love it. No, it's okay. We're open. C2. C2. That's our specialty.
Sure.
Sure it is. It's what Missy says. Missy said right before that she's not really ever thrown forehand rollers before, so not a shot she goes to. Not the greatest approach by Ella. Wow, that was for eagle, so should have that just left for the birdie look. This is for birdie now from Missy.
Wow, good line.
Shakes.
This is 75 feet.
Too much angle.
This plays as one of the easiest birdies on the course. And that's exactly what Cadence and Shelby will pick up. So 4 out of the 10 teams were able to get birdie, and you just saw half of those, being the 2 of the 3 on this card. And Ella and Raven are out in front and pushing hard.
It only went 15 feet.
They're at 5 under as we head to hole 8. Not a lot of distance, but quite an angle. You come out of this initial tunnel, and you're probably going to cut it tight on the inside. That'll bring you to here. It looks like it's a raised basket, but just with how low the ground is in the basket, it's actually feels about normal height, although it is mounted. Okay, that almost took my head off. Still a ways to go. Can Raven improve on it? Oh, a much tighter line. And really just, it was that last tree. She otherwise hit the initial gap that you must hit if you're coming on the inside. Cadence slips. Kisses off one tree, then hits another. She's already back on her feet, so doesn't seem to be too bad. And like Raven, she hit the initial gap, but then hit a late tree, this time on the left side of the fairway. Pierce goes the outer gap and is clean all the way to the pin. Inside gap for Missy as she gets all the way through. So that team had it figured out. No one else really did.
There's a stump there.
Well, little ground play working Shelby there. Well,
There's no way to make it.
can they keep it rolling? They're 5 for 7.
Oh, great run.
Just a little basket hit.
That ain't it. Easy par. Easy par.
Yeah, take that, young guns. Take
Wait.
that, young guns. 268. Let's go.
I'm not sure you're supposed to be talking trash when you're trailing in the group, Missy, but you are one of the best trash talkers in all of disc golf, so it's got to start somewhere. Building blocks. They said 3 down. Cadence and Shelby at 4, and Raven and Ella remain at 5. And we head to the shore of Lake Michigan. We're heading down this tunnel, only 277 feet. The worst tree kick in the world off to the left could actually maybe sort of get you to Lake Michigan. I think that would almost be impossible, but the point is Lake Michigan is what you're hearing. The waves just off to the left of us. The lake about 100 feet maybe left of this tee in this basket. an aggressive yell. Trying to yell at her scared into the basket.
Get through it all.
Ella.
So nice. So nice.
Interesting. That was more of a grunt to get it in. Couple options for that team so far. All pretty good drives. Looking at some birdies probably. I was going to say, those two will be right next to one another except for that late tree kick. Pierce, short range. That putt is on. She hasn't really done a lot with the putter up into this point, so maybe that'll get something going for them. Uh-oh. She wants player 2. Immediately wanted to throw in the next one. All right. Oh, steps up to the pressure putt to still convert on the birdie. And a star frame.
Believe this, Terry? Believe this?
There's so much I don't believe. We're on to hole number 4. Excuse me, hole 10, a par 4. Just shy of 400 feet. You want to get up onto this shelf. A perfect drive gets you somewhere on this shelf, and then you'll still have a long way to the pin. Somewhere in the 60 to 90 foot range.
Right side, right side, right side, right side.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like you can see the top of the basket.
Yeah, you see the flagpole there.
Oh, I like that angle though.
Yeah, that was almost right.
6 of the teams out of the 10 teams got the previous hole. You saw all 3 of our teams did it. This one plays as a relatively easy par 4, but it is also easy to find trouble if you get out of position and hit very early. But almost any clean tee shot that carries you 250-ish feet, maybe even 300 feet, anything clean should allow you then to get up and down and get the birdie.
The sweep.
Needed more turn. Awkward stance throwing from the hillside. See a little focus in. And that looks pretty good. Eagle bid.
Wow.
Gets all the way there and is under the basket. I think hits the pole koozie. There's a drop off directly behind the pin, so you can't give it a full send unless your partner's already there for it.
Ah, close.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
You did. You're right up there. Yeah.
It's a putt. You can run it.
It's a putt. You can run it.
Nice layup. Yep.
I'd like to be closer after 2 on this one. Just knowing that direct drop off behind the pin. A look of disappointment. Can her partner pick her up? Certainly can. 30 feet, no problem.
Oh, Raven, I
foul.
A little more partner help. And Paige is in for the birdie. She's going to clear out. Paige getting to 5 under with Missy. Raven, no doubt, pushes out to 7 under. Star frame again. Love it. As we head to the unique 11th, where you're playing up, ignoring that basket. But if you got to that basket, that'd be a great shot. You're trying to get somewhere around here, and then you play back down. This used to be 2 separate holes, and would typically be, if you're out here on any given weekend, this plays as 2 separate holes. Part of our super silver layout has you playing up and around. Truly a horseshoe shape to it. Five out of 10 teams birdied the previous hole, so half of them. Just anything clean gives you some looks. Yeah, I don't love that. I'm guessing they're going to like Cadence's look a little more. Pierce, not fully committed. Easy to lay off of this shot because you don't want to go blasting past it. And Missy, yeah, just a little long. I'd rather be long and looking back up at the basket personally. So as long as you have a look, I like that shot a little more. As opposed to being somewhat tentative like that was as well. That's fading out. So, gonna have to rely on the putter with either one of those shots. This is prime position. I mean, all day long, this is what you're trying to do, and they're taking advantage of it for sure. I believe this idea started out as Paige organizing some kind of informal competition doubles setup, and then it kind of evolved and got more serious to ultimately becoming a PDGA C tier. Again, official competition and official practice for the event, which is great to see. And Shelby converts on that putt. Just off the mark. Paige to clean up. And Paige nor Missy feel like they're dialed. They're not terrible shots, but certainly not dialed either. And Raven and Ella, in comparison, are getting it done. They're 8 under through 11. Pretty solid pace as we head to the 12th. Easily the most difficult par 3 that they'll play. This requires a near perfect shot off the tee in order to have a birdie look. And
Terry's ready? Terry's ready.
Terry's ready. Who are you talking to? Of course I'm ready. The forehand's the best way to do it. Oh, and except for the late tree. A near perfect drive by Ella. Ravens will push off to the left side. I like the idea of just bailing out short left. At least that gives you a clean tunnel shot if you can get all the way over there. Because if you're caught up in the center or on the right side, you still have a bunch of trees to navigate. Whereas if you just kind of bail out left at the 280, 290 mark, at least you'll have a clean look.
Nice shot.
So even though that's a nice long drive, it's still going to be obstructed. If that push left by 20 feet.
Right at you, kind of.
Paige trying to chase back the spotters and the helpers. Can this stay clean?
Literally all I can
It's
see
such a
on the
fine line. This is not my favorite hole. Aggressive bid by Pierce gets hung up early. And
Really wanted that one.
and it looks like there's maybe even a short pin right where Shelby is at the moment. And out and around, so that at least gives the green light. All right, nothing wrong with a par. And Ella, wide open look from the left side.
So good.
Long range jumper almost drops. This would be the only birdie in the division.
Dang it. That's outside.
Pierce not able to clean up the par. Gonna rely on Missy. Same left chain. Brutal. So no birdies on this hole by the entire division, and there was only one bogey of the 10 teams, and that comes from Gannon and Pierce. Everyone else parring. That's brutal. And we're going to head to the lighthouse hole. Hole number 13. Easily the most photographed green in Wisconsin disc golf. Possibly in the Midwest, if not one of the most photographed greens in the entire country. I don't have any of that metadata. I'm not into your iPhone or your Android device to double check and check those geolocations or whatever, those tags, but easily one of the most photographed greens in disc golf.
Yanked it. Not bad. Hey, Raven, you want to throw better than that? Thanks.
Big shout out to Dave from the Dyers Guild. He's out there capturing extra footage. You're going to see some additional releases on social media in terms of a few player profiles and highlights and other things. So a little bit different style. And got a coupon code in the description of the video if you want to get your starter kit for learning how to dye a disc. And all the supplies and tutorials needed all on the Dyers Guild website. So make sure you click on the link in the description.
Yeah, Shelby. Beautiful shot. Big skip. That's so good.
Big shot. Pierce
Yeah, Paige.
down the tunnel.
That's so good. That is so good.
I like it. No, it goes deep. It carries over the backside wall,
Another one. Yeah, we
and this looks good, but also goes deep. That's crazy. Great approach. She can be more aggressive, although it's tough to know what that looks like with that stance. There's something to be said about getting too close to this green, or to this basket, I should say. Like being right touched up against it when you're short like me, not necessarily the best thing, just because the angle is so awkward. So I like the idea of being 8 or 10 feet away, as opposed to nestled right up against the lighthouse. Paige looking for some help just in case she goes deep. And she keeps it in bounds, and they'll likely go for Missy's. Eagle look. Ella, the jumper. Count it. All lights are on. What a putt. Hansen and Klein convert on the eagle. Oh, well, you can just check it out on Instagram. Raven's got it posted there too, I'm sure. Love it. Pierce to try and save the par. It doesn't connect. Pressure on Gannon, and it dribbles in. They're going to lose 2 to Klein and Hansen, though, who are already at double digits, 10 under through 13. And the birdie comes from Cadence and Shelby. As she retrieves Missy, and they're going to head off to the 14th. This is a tough get. 322 feet. Doesn't sound that long, and it's not. It's slightly uphill, but beating this left side section right there, I feel like is the toughest part, is to get over that and then have just enough angle to have it turning from left to right, but then not just crashing, but also not having it hook up too early. If you've got the power forehand, it's definitely a good shot. Hansen's out in the open.
It's in the open, so.
And that's exactly where Klein will be as well. So they'll have options, but they're going to be pretty similar. And that's not far off from being perfect. That's a really good shot, especially when there's usually somewhat of a headwind on this hole. Yeah. Pierce not clean left side. As I was saying earlier, Paige, though, really with the idea initially behind all of this, Paige and a couple of the sponsors and supporters graciously getting us here to some serious added cash for this. Both FPO and then an FA1 division. I believe there was 19 FA1 teams and then 10 FPO teams with significant added, maybe even 1,000 added cash, whatever it was, whether that's come from Paige's pocket and or some sponsors all around. It's been incredible. So big shout out for the single round event action. And Paige having me come film it. Big thanks. Can she convert from circle 2? And the answer is no. See a little look of frustration. Cowen almost has another long connection. And Cadence pick up another one for them. With what she's done today, I'm surprised that didn't go in. Her putting has looked that good that I, at this point, was just expecting everything to go in. So no birdies from our feature card. And Eden Fletcher, along with Shelly May Lai, are the only ones to have birdied it. So just one group, one doubles team out of the 10 got it. So congrats to them as we're heading up 15, 512 feet. Probably plays closer to 600 just because of the gentle incline the entire way.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun, she says.
Partner golf.
You'd like other options, Raven. Not two in the same exact spot. A very, very friendly kick out to the fairway. That was huge. Shelby improve on their lie. And it looks like she will. Great drive. The main challenge comes in the approach on this particular hole. Whether you want to try and go up the tunnel on the left or if you're going to go out and around. And that's the out and around look. We'll see what she's left with. I think that's going to be inside the circle. And that one kicks into the inside tunnel, so to speak. So they'll have some options. Whoop.
That was good.
Oh, God.
The left tunnel is now pretty much the only option from this angle on the fairway.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I hit that tree.
Look how much closer you got though.
Yeah, it's true.
One of them.
She did get closer.
Oh. I'll do provisional, Terry. Just for.
Just
Well,
for the
no,
camera.
because then they'll be like, why are you taking that one? Guys, I accidentally threw before Terry was ready. My bad. We're inside the circle.
All right, yeah, she threw and she wanted to let us all know. I just got done filming on the right side and I was walking over there and I see the disc in air. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, whoops, I already threw. I forgot we were filming this.
Yeah.
So
Do what you gotta do.
Raven's underneath it. And this is, again, full send, green light. Let's hit some chains, go in.
Dairy Queen Blizzard.
What?
For the blizzard.
For the blizzard? Apparently you can just shout that out mid-shot. And then, of course, if you cash it in, you get the Dairy Queen Blizzard. Solid birdie. Solid birdies, plural. And our leaders are the only ones in this group not to birdie. She was going to go with the,
Too close, honestly.
Which-
I was a little further away, you know.
the backwards under the legs, between the legs. I guess we'll just have to film more doubles matches. That's the that's the content we all need. 501 feet, playing slightly downhill to this OB area. Then once you cross, you go up and to the right. Obviously, those low-hanging branches or limbs might come into play on an approach shot or long putt. And really, you're just laying up to the short side of the road at this point.
Now, sit down. Be nice. Great shot, Cadence.
As you can see, also the Mando over on that right side, so you can't come in the back door on the right side, so to speak, if you're out of position. And Missy's out.
I'm going to try to go.
So you heard Paige say, I'm going to try and go across. And crosses the OB, but is also going to go across the Mando line out there. I love the play. I mean, at this point, trying to go for anything and everything. And I love this play here. because what that does is it allows her to basically just use the hyzer almost as some kind of speed control. Just knowing if I put this on a big hyzer, it's going to go up, it's going to dump. I don't have to worry about hitting a gap. And I'm not worried about going all the way into the OB. So I really love the play there by Ella, because it's easy to put a little bit too much juice on it going up the gap, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in the road and you're out of bounds. Forehand, looking to beat that, and they'll have a look. They're at 10 under, Shelby and Cadence at 9, just a couple holes to play. Paige definitely looking to get aggressive as well. And that gets hung up.
Tom, I think you should get your...
One of the easier birdies to get. It's just all about putting yourself out here and anywhere in this safe zone. You've got backhand options, forehand options, then to attack into the green. Feel like doubles play. This should be a birdie all day. One birdie, two birdies, and the last group lining up should be 3 birdies. I needed to stay within 1. She didn't seem sure of it, but it looked pretty good. As we head to 17, I think one of the more beautiful holes out here. It's just a tunnel shot. Kind of drags downhill the whole way, and then it's just a matter of what angle is your disc on, because there's the short basket that you see, kind of that wood chipped area. If you're hitting just past that with angle, it's going to then likely skip to the pin, but I guess it depends on how much moisture is in the grass at that point. But that's kind of the play. Low and somewhat flat, just a little hyzer angle to it. Have it a little bit on edge, and then let it skip 2 or 3 times right to the basket. And that wasn't quite pushing forward enough. So a couple long looks, maybe. It needed to flip up more and get more air under it.
It was just too low.
Field goal. But not good for 3 points.
Well, be bad.
I like this, a little low, but gets a skip, a second skip, and probably even a roll toward the pin. So that's the line, just a little more height to it. Same thing here, a little more height, skip, skip, and that's parked for the short pin. Pierce.
Well, yeah, I say run it.
He says run it. Again, you're down this many, and if you're playing for the win or playing to be moving up the leaderboard, now it's, pedal to the metal. All systems go. Yes! What a putt!
You were both plugged into the same lot. Wow.
That's going to keep pressure on the other team.
Where was yours, Raven?
And they answer with a birdie.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
So up by 1 with 1 hole to play. And there were only 3 birdies on the hole, and you just saw 2 of them as the par 5, 18. You'd love to land here. Then you're throwing all the way down this hill. Your second shot, if it's just a bomb, can get past this tree line, goes down another tier, but then you can't go too far left or deep because you could find the OB creek.
All too low. Sorry, Cadence. Not
Not great. Birdie in play, but not eagle. Oh. I think Shelby's running into the tent. Somebody ran their head right into the tent. Can Cadence put them out there? You see that T sign right in the middle there a moment ago? This is a combined hole. And so you're really just trying to get up toward that next T sign.
It's perfectly in the right place to go for it.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep. Woo, she cooked it.
Raven is going to get down the hillside with that. Paige, of course, looking to be aggressive.
Oh, if I got over that, that was going to be...
It's kept going.
Yeah, that's going to be on the downward slope. Let's see if Missy can give them some other options.
It's through that gap, though. It got through.
Looking for the big turnover. Oh, she gets it over, but then it's going to ultimately fade out. Middle of the field, you're looking to get up and down from there. That's still a birdie look, as this is a par 5. Cadence trying to get comfortable and get ready for her run up. Cadence with good amount of power as well. And puts a great move on this. But it too will hyzer out. You see there's left side OB.
I didn't get enough turn. I need a little more turn.
There you go. Didn't get enough turn on it, but I liked it otherwise. Let's see what Raven can do. She gets plenty of turn, and look at the lift. Look at the lift. I'm not sure if it's going to get over that final ledge. It's going to be close, but that is a very safe shot. This is green light and then some. Ella.
Yeah, push in there. Come on.
Is this salt and pepper? Push it? No. Okay.
I like
Sorry. Early 90s reference. Some of you guys won't get it. Pierce.
Come on, Paige.
Oh, she's got the power, and she's in a position where she can get there. The problem is just the footwork is awkward. You're running through these longer leaves or longer grass, and it's going to be pretty much the same result.
Same shot.
They're not going to that basket. They're going to the one past it. Ella and Raven have an eagle look. A long-range one at that. So you got to think about being a little bit aggressive here, being down 1. Cadence has the standstill. You have OB off to the left in terms of the creek. Running that pretty hard. I like it. Pierce.
Safe bid though. Safe. Yeah.
And she checks up. So Missy has a green light for the eagle, but not the line. For the eagle and the win.
Well, she already went. Sorry. Might as well.
The other team giving them a hard time, saying that they're supposed to screw up to give them a chance. But right now, it will be locked up because they're sitting there for birdie, and Cadence and Shelby have this left for birdie. So the outcome seems inevitable. Almost another good conversion there. Cadence will step up. Everyone has looked at scores, and we're seeing that these are the 2 front runners. So this is who we're looking at for the top scores. And Cadence, another long putt from circle 2, will momentarily tie them for the lead.
What?
But Ella and Raven underneath the basket. Paige and Missy need birdie here to get into a tie for third and a share of the payout. And that will secure a payout for them. They're in the money with the birdie. That's a tie for third, but your 2025 U.S. Women's Doubles Champions, Ella Hansen and Raven Klein, 13 under in 18 holes, including the eagle. That was the difference maker. Huge payout thanks to Paige Pierce sponsorship, along with a few others of her supporters. Thank you so much. Honored to have it here on the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Do all the YouTube things. Also, leave in the comments what's your favorite style of doubles golf. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll find you guys in the fairway.